Well, welcome to week 8. It's gone fast for me. I'm sure you guys are ready to be done. So this week, you only need to do a discussion board and then your presentation. So let's look at the discussion board first. I'm just going to kind of look at some of my notes. But basically what you're going to do here is you're going to focus on what you learned from this course. What did you already know? What did you learn on a deeper level? What surprised you? What can you apply to your future practice to make true changes on your unit? So go ahead and do that for your discussion board. Then let's take a look at your presentation. So it's the only assignment that you need to submit this week. Now remember, this is going to be a voiceover PowerPoint, or it's going to be a screencast. Typically what I'm looking for in this is about 5 slides. If you go a little bit more than that, that's fine, but there should be no less than 5 slides, because to truly look at the content that you're working with, generally students are at about 5 slides for this. Now, the nice thing about a voiceover PowerPoint or a screencast is you can give a lot of information on one slide, because you're going to be using your speaker notes to cover all that information, where you're just going to have maybe a few bullets and key points on each slide. So just keep that in mind as you work through this. Now, in the past, there have been students that have submitted maybe a 3 or a 4-minute presentation that really does not address a lot of the content in a thorough manner, because remember, we want you to have a very clear presentation, solid key points, and 3 or 4 minutes just isn't going to do it. So generally what I'm looking at for time is about 10, 12, maybe even 15 minutes, but you really shouldn't need to go any more than 15 minutes. So a couple other things that I look for as you move through or as you're preparing your assignment is have a nice introduction to your presentation, so I know what is going to be expected as we move through listening to your presentation. Some students will include an example. That's a great touch, because that provides backup or evidence to support your position. Now, do include citations whenever you get information from another source. You can have a citation right on the right corner of your slide. That's really all you need to do for these PowerPoints. But make sure the citation or the reference shows up on that reference slide. All right, for a conclusion, make sure you have a conclusion, a broad summary of what you've just told me, because otherwise it just seems like the presentation just abruptly ends. You're giving me your content and then we move right into the references. Have a conclusion that just is a nice summary. It doesn't have to be 3 minutes long, but just a really broad, concise summary to your presentation. Speak clearly. That's always good aspects of teaching and presentations. Have a few visuals throughout that just kind of breaks up the monotony of reading bullets. Make sure your references are in APA format. We've gone through a lot of APA stuff already this course, and you've been exposed to it before, so I'm not going to tell you what I'm expecting, but do have your references in APA format. If you have any questions about this, please reach out to me. It has been a pleasure to work with you these 8 weeks, and I wish you all the luck in the rest of your education and your nursing career.